This is How to Cake It. I'm Yolanda, and this week I am caking a giant candy cane and using amazing flavors inspired by Dunkin Donuts Peppermint Mocha Hot Latte. Because you know these cakes take me a long time. Big thanks to Dunkin Donuts for supporting and collaborating with me on this video. Leave the hashtag DunkinHoliday below if you have tried their amazing holiday coffee flavors. There's even brown sugar cinnamon. I feel like they named that after me. Did they?
Yes, I like that.
They totally did. Thank you, Dunkin. Thank you. I baked 24 4-inch round peppermint chocolate cakes. To be clear, that's 12 pounds of my ultimate chocolate cake batter with crushed candy cane inside.
Is that your crushed candy?
Yeah, this is the crushed candy cane shimmy. I leveled all 24 of my chocolate peppermint cakes. Now, because the candy cane basically dissolves in the batter as it bakes, these cakes are a bit stickier. It was messy. I have an issue with this. Now I need Sir Squeeze to help me shower all 24 cakes with simple syrup. Don't forget, Sir Squeeze is available at howtocakeit.com for the baker or cake lover in your life.
You're very like,
you know what it is? I'm very alert.
Sultry.
I'm sultry and I'm very alert.
Could you show us what alert sultriness looks like, Yolanda?
It looks like this. Ready? You're not ready, but I'll show you. This is pretty much the opposite of sultry. You know what it's time for now? It's time to cut secret chambers into half of these cakes. For this, I use a circle cutter. I don't want the chamber to be too big because I don't need this cake to collapse. Candy canes aren't collapsible. Fennel, who comes with Sir Squeeze on our website, she is collapsible. Candy canes, not so much. I'm about to make one of my favorite things on earth, which is coffee buttercream. To turn my Italian meringue buttercream into coffee buttercream, I simply make some concentrated coffee and then I pour that mixture into my buttercream until I'm satisfied with the flavor. Now when we pair this coffee buttercream with my chocolate peppermint cake, bam, peppermint mocha. Another reason I needed to, have this hot latte while working is it's really hard work to have to taste coffee buttercream with chocolate peppermint cake over and over until you get it right. It's very hard work. If you love this flavor combo as much as I do, please share this video. Even if you don't have 12 hours to make a giant candy cane cake, you can just bake chocolate peppermint cakes and make the coffee buttercream, and bam, peppermint mocha.
It's the other way, yo.
What? Why? Oh. I'm going to begin making my candy cane cake by making several stacks of cake. Every stack needs a solid layer of chocolate peppermint cake on the bottom and then secret chamber layers on top, and they're all gonna be sandwiched together with coffee buttercream. Peppermint mocha. Did I do it the right way?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. My ultimate chocolate cake recipe, which you can put crushed candy cane in or chopped candied ginger, which is perfect for this time of year, and my Italian meringue buttercream as well as my chocolate Swiss meringue buttercream are all in my cake book. You can grab a copy of the How to Cake It cake book at howtocakeit.com. And make sure to check the description below for an insider's tip on where you can get a signed copy of my cake book. Oh, I signed some. Now that my stacks are ready, I need to crumb coat them so I can get them in the fridge to chill. They're a bit wobbly right now. I mean, they're tall, there's a secret chamber inside. So just crumb coat as carefully as you can and get those cakes in the fridge to chill. It's now time to fill these secret chambers with colorful candy. I love the classic Dunkin Donuts hot pink and orange. I feel that it's very How to Cake It.
It is.
It's punchy. But I'm also gonna mix in some peppermint candies because this cake is peppermint mocha. And then I scoop them down into the chambers. where no one will see them again until they cut open a cake. Before I ice these cakes again, I need to close off the secret chambers. So what I'm going to do is, remember the little rounds I cut out when creating the secret chamber? I'm going to cut a little slice of those rounds, place it on the top to seal. It's like sealing a crypt. Secrets of the candy crypt. So, except everybody knows there's candy in the secret chamber, so it's not really a secret. And then what I'm gonna do is just ice the tops with ganache. I like using ganache sometimes because it sets up really quickly. And my ganache recipe is also in my cake book. The next thing I need to do is ice these cakes one more time with my coffee buttercream. I'm using a larger spatula as well as a bench scraper because I really want to keep these like cylinders. I'm going to start to form my giant candy cane cake by laying the cakes down on their side and glue them together in between with chocolate ganache. My chocolate ganache, oh, I said it's in my book already.
And you were so like, yes.
Guess what I've never told you in the past 5 minutes? It's not a cane without a curve, it's a candy stick. They should make canes that look like candy canes.
They probably do.
They totally should. Like if I ever broke my foot, I would want a candy cane cane. And so what I'm doing here is I'm using the rest of my unsecret chambered chocolate peppermint cake layers. I take these layers, I cut them in half on the diagonal, and then I sandwich them together so that both of the high sides are together. Does that make sense? And as I did that, because one side is higher and the other side is lower, they formed a curve. What? It was like a cake rainbow without any color. A brown rainbow. Do you know what's at the end of the brown rainbow? I'm going to use my small palette knives with some more coffee buttercream so I can get this curve all together and put it in the fridge to chill. Once my crumb coat is chilled, I take the curved cake out again and ice it another time. Guess what I used, Jocelyn, as well as my small spatulas?
Oh, your invention.
My invention that I didn't invent, but it's amazing. For those of you who haven't seen my invention, it is just a clear piece of acetate. And why it's amazing is because I can curve it in my hand and smooth the buttercream. Once my crumb coat is firm, I take the cake back out and ice it again with my small spatulas. Both my small offset and straight spatulas come in some of my Camp Cake bundles, and you guys have a chance to win it. If you sign up for Camp Cake between November 28th and December 3rd, you will automatically be entered into a draw where you can win a free Camp Cake bundle. The rest of the details are listed in the description below. I can't wait to see you guys at Camp Cake on December 9th. Now that my curved cake is smoothly iced with the help of my invention, I can finally add it to the rest of the cake towers and complete the giant candy cane. I need to cover this giant candy cane with white fondant. I'm not even gonna attempt to roll out one giant piece because I know better. Don't roll fondant bigger than your body. You will not be able to pick it up. I've decided to attempt to cover it in 4 parts, as well as covering the 2 ends of the candy cane. So I start there. I use a circle cutter that is the same size as my cake to cut out 2 white fondant circles. Then I add those circles to the 2 ends of the candy cane and use my fondant smoother to just smooth them out and make sure they fully cover those 2 flat surfaces. Now I'm going to start to roll out some more white fondant and begin to cover the body of the candy cane. The tricky thing here is I'll have to roll out all 4 pieces to the same thickness so that the candy cane looks smooth. And the other tricky thing is I need to keep in mind that the stripes on this candy cane will run diagonally. So I want to cut each piece of fondant once it's on the candy cane with a diagonal line so that I'll have diagonal seams. I don't know if you know this, but I'm going to have a television show called The Seam Hider. It's a very serious show. We have plenty of footage. We can make it right now. Orhan? The seam hider. Now I need need to repeat this process with 3 more portions of white fondant to completely cover my candy cane. If you are into this okay but first cake hoodie, click the I right here to get your own. To make my all-white candy cane look nice and smooth, you know who we need? What did I just call myself 2 minutes ago? The seam hider. What's that, you said? There's seams in your white fondant? Good thing I brought royal icing. I'll nip that in the bud.
Who says nip that in the
The seam hider. He says it all the time. That's one of his taglines. Now I have a giant plain white candy cane. We're done. We need to get some stripes on this cake cane and turn it into a giant candy cane. From my hot pink fondant, I'm cutting some thick stripes, which will be like the main stripes on the candy cane. And from my orange fondant, I'm gonna cut 2 different size thinner stripes. I love the combo of this white, orange, and pink, like the classic Dunkin Donuts cup. It is time to apply these stripes to my candy cane, and keep in mind I really want to attempt to cover the seams, even though the seam hider did an excellent job. So I started by laying a thick pink stripe over one of the seams. That was my starting point. So then I laid on 2 other thick stripes. I left the curve alone because I'm scared. And then I laid a thick stripe between the thick stripes so there wasn't like too much white space. Because candy canes are twisted, I had to keep in mind how that thick stripe would go around the curve. That was the hardest part. Because every time I attempted to wrap it around the curve, its diagonal would become like warped in comparison to the other diagonal stripes that I had laid. So I decided to sort of leave a lot of the curve untouched and go for the straighter end and continue with my thick pink stripes. Once my pink stripes were down, it was easy because then I used a fabric measuring tape as a spacer and laid my orange stripe on top of each pink stripe. Before you head into Dunkin Donuts for some extra joy this holiday, make sure to download the DD app. There's a link in the description below. It allows you to order ahead, pay with your phone, and speed past the line. I feel like the seam hider would do that. Plus, with just a click, you can send somebody a virtual Dunkin Donuts gift card through text or email. Anyone you want to send a Dunkin Donuts gift card to, Jocelyn? And then I used a piece of ribbon as a spacer to lay a thinner orange stripe below each pink stripe. So now the candy cane is very striped. And I found that at both ends, it was still a lot of white space. So I simply repeated the pattern. I've decided to brush this entire candy cane cake with piping gel because candy canes are shiny. I need to address the sort of weird space on the curve of the candy cane. So what I'm gonna do is put a bow on it. Let me nip that in the bud. Please subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. Just nip that in the bud. You'll know when I've made a new cake. Thank you again to Dunkin Donuts for supporting and collaborating with me on this vid. Thank you for my peppermint mocha hot latte. Remember to leave the hashtag Dunkin Holiday below if you are loving their holiday coffee flavors as much as I am. And download the DD app. Click here and here to check out videos on my new channel, How to Cake It Step by Step. Don't forget, I'll be in Huntington Beach, California at the Barnes & Noble at 7 p.m. tonight. That's Tuesday, November 28th. And I'll be doing a book signing at Union Station in Toronto on December 16th at 12 noon.